Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. Today in front of me I have my Saito FA-100T engine. This is an engine that I purchased in December of last year and just recently featured on the maiden flight of my Easy Stick 60. Now those of you that have watched that video will know that this engine wasn't sounding very good at all, so I've taken it off the airplane so I can try to determine what the cause of the problem is. For the life of me, just looking at it and feeling it, I don't know. It's got tremendous compression. These bearings feel fine. I don't know what the source of the sound I was hearing was. All things point to this engine being a pristine engine. So I don't really understand it. So I'm just going to start kind of tearing things down slowly, one cylinder at a time, and I'll start with the covers here just to see if maybe there's something that's just not quite right inside here. You know, the valves were set. I've done multiple runs of this engine, although the last few runs on the stand it was sounding like this. The very first run on the bench, when I did a box to the bench review, it sounded fine. So I'm not sure what has changed. One thing I want to note here real quick is those of you that are very familiar with Saito engines will realize that even though the 100T, it looks very similar to the 90T, 80T, it differs in such a way that when this thing was first released, on this right camshaft here cover there was an air pump, and this pump had a tube that would go through it with a check valve that would go right back to this screw, which would be a port there. That was to help in the circulation of oil through the engine. Now this must be one of the later models that does not have that, but it also does not look like, at least from the parts breakdown on my instruction manual, it doesn't look like it has the vane type pump that actually circulates the oil in the engine like the 80 and 90Ts did either. So it just makes me wonder if these things are more prone to some kind of internal failure because of lack of oil flow circulation or what. I don't know. So I just thought I'd mention that because I thought it was curious. I feel like there's excessive valve lash. Just not really seeing anything wrong. That was interesting. I just noticed that this push rod wasn't engaged. The push rod wasn't engaged in the rocker arm. Wow, that is not cool at all. I bet you anything that could have been what the problem was. Potentially anyway. Wow, I hope that didn't do any damage to the engine. And that would have been entirely my fault too, probably, because I was the last one in here to check rocker arms, and I can review the video I just shot, but I know I didn't push down on that and dislodge that, but that intake rocker arm was clearly not seated in the cup there. I bet you anything, and this is the right side, I bet you anything that's what the issue is. You know what? I'm not even going to continue any further here. I think the next thing I'm going to do with this is check these valve settings, make sure that the valves are fine, and I am going to put this on the stand and run it on the stand and make sure that But I think what I might want to do is take this off and just make sure that I don't have any damage on that push rod or anything, but I think that was my problem. And that would be really, really good and bad, because that's entirely my fault to do something like that. Let's see if I can get this. There's the screw side on this slot. Magnifier on here so I can see this. Wow, that thing does not want to come out. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably throw a little heat on that. Well, this sucks major balls. As I was trying to loosen the pin retaining this rocker arm, I heated it up and I put this screwdriver in there and I tapped it lightly with my nut driver a couple of times to try to mechanically unfreeze it, and the whole damn part of the head broke off. So I'm totally screwed now. This head and this engine, well, this head is completely useless because this thing just broke, and I wonder if that's because of the fact that it was running with that rocker, that push rod not engaged in there, and it caused some kind of stress on this that caused it to just fail just like that. Holy shit, this totally sucks. Now I've got this nice engine that's impossible to run because the head is destroyed. Wow. Okay. I'm officially really upset and pissed off right now. So, wow. I think I'm going to end this video before I start really cussing a lot more. Anyway, I think I got to the bottom of the noise, and I think I know the end result is because of my negligence. And when I set these valves and not checking to make sure those were properly, but I don't think I never took these rocker arms off. I never disassembled this engine. How could that valve, or how could that push rod have ever been dislodged from that thing when I never actually took the engine apart? Damn, I wonder if I just missed that when I was setting the valves or what. I'm not sure now because I've never taken this engine apart. I've never taken these rocker arms off of either side. And unless I just did something like that when I was setting the valves and then caused it to become dislodged like that, I can't imagine why I would ever do that when I'm just setting the valves on an engine. But damn it. Oh, this sucks big time. Well, anyway, I'm not sure what more to say other than I'm really fucking pissed off right now.